Good Tuesday evening, everyone. Garden State weather meteorologist Robert Smith on this Tuesday, the 4th of January. Wow, we're at the 4th already, 2022. First of all, I'd like to thank all of the subscribers that are now subscribing to Garden State Weather on YouTube. We're changing platforms. I'm no longer going to be on Facebook. But we're at Twitter as well. So if you want to find us at Twitter, it's at Garden State WX. Today is the first day that I'm not doing Facebook that much. Take a look at the latest water vapor channel here. This is the low level water vapor channel. We have a little bit of drying today. We had a lot of sunshine earlier. Clouds are starting to fill in just a little bit on the water vapor channel here. And of course, again, a progression of storm systems, weak disturbances in the polar flow here across the west coast into the central plains. Meanwhile, look at Florida, all that dry sinking air, right? Here's our latest surface chart from the Weather Prediction Center here. High pressure over the eastern United States. There's some shower activity here in northern Florida. Very minored out, though. And of course, lots of clouds across the plains and the upper Midwest as new storm systems and frontal boundaries get going here. Didn't look like it was busy on the surface chart until you actually take a look at all of the watches and warnings here across the country, and it's busy. No doubt about it. We want to focus in here on the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, the I-95 corridor, because this is new, actually, since this morning's broadcast. So let's take a look at this. And it's going to be a winter weather advisory in effect from 7 a.m. to noon tomorrow. So we can expect freezing rain. Total ice accumulations of a light glaze. We talked about this in the previous video and the video before that. From 7 a.m. to noon on Wednesday. Very slippery sidewalks, roadways, and bridges are possible. The hazardous conditions will impact the morning commute. We'll get into that right now. I'll start off with your overnight lows today, or high temperatures today on Tuesday in the 30s, where they are right now, and to get into the 40s on Wednesday afternoon. But that's not before this turns to this. And so tomorrow morning's roads could be a little icy. And we're going to get back to Thursday, where temperatures are going to get into the upper 20s, low to mid 30s, near 40 in the city and coast. We're not really going anywhere on Friday either. Temperatures here in the 30s. We discussed the potential of snow here. We'll get into that in a moment again. Temperatures on Saturday again in the 30s and into the 40s on Sunday and back into the 30s next Monday. So high temperature anomalies, well, they're just a couple of degrees or several degrees below normal for today on Tuesday. They're going to be 1 to 2 degrees above normal tomorrow, but then fall off again on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yikes. A couple of degrees above normal. Wow. And then below normal again on Monday. It's winter, folks. And from the National Weather Service's digital database, we'll take a look at snowfall. We're not anticipating any of that until Thursday night, Friday morning. Again, by the time we get into Friday morning, could be looking at a couple of inches here in northwestern New Jersey down the I-95 corridor into the Delmarva. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. Other thing that I want to talk about also with this precipitation tomorrow morning is the chance of icing. Okay, we're going to have some icing around here tomorrow morning as the flow becomes in off the ocean. There is a disturbance moving in, and we have some freezing temperatures. So with that, we're going to see some icing here. And it could be enough to cause accidents. Why? Because people aren't paying attention or they're not aware? We want to make you aware right now. Let's drive you back through the simple water vapor channel. Here's our storm system that exited the East Coast, and now we are here. And this is a west to east flow across the country. Short waves in polar branches here being influenced, and isentropic lift occurring here, or will be soon. You can already see this in the channel. Take a look at the latest guidance here coming in from the HRR model at 925 millibars. These are our temperatures at about 3,000 feet. And that would support some, any kind of precipitation that's around the area tomorrow, especially in the morning, to be a little icy-dicey here. Dial you back to the HRR model from 18Z this afternoon, which takes us out to 48 hours. And you can see the guidance that we've been looking at the last couple of days for a spotty, freezing rain or spotty sleet and snow. Spotty sleet or freezing rain, actually. It's just freezing rain. Yeah. So tomorrow morning's commute here in northwestern New Jersey could be a little bit icy and dicey here across northeastern Pennsylvania, northwestern New Jersey, the Hudson River Valley area into Connecticut. And of course, we're just going to have to wait till Thursday night and Friday and check this out. This is coming in now. Well, the snow is on the way. Pull up this. This is the latest European model guidance from this morning, 500 millibar geopotential height here. Here is all of our cold air associated with our polar vortex here up in Canada. And again, I discussed this many times. We're going to have short waves in the polar branch here coming into the East Coast, but they're not going to last. And the model guidance seems the same way that it did. Trough going negatively tilted. We have to watch for this on Thursday night and Friday morning for some kind of coastal storm here with the Miller B extension getting off of the mid-Atlantic coast. But notice all the cold air here and the 500 millibar heights here is really locked up in Canada. Certainly not here. And that will be the gameplay as we move forward. There'll be other disturbances here and stretching and a waxing and waning of the polar vortex, and we'll see this on Monday too, even showing up at the 500 millibar level, mainly across the Great Lakes and New England, and again well off of the Aleutian Islands here of Alaska. And it's going to get cold here next week again. I caution you that this does not look like a storm signal to me just yet, but we're waiting on further data on that. But if this were to verify, then we'd have something coming up. But in this kind of pattern, I don't see it. Even at the 500 millibar height level, and then again, doesn't look impressive to me. Not yet, no. And so with that in mind, let's take a look at the European model guidance's morning run here of the 500 millibar relative vorticity, the pumping up or downward drift here in our airstream here, and we're finding a short wave here coming in on Thursday night and Friday. It's a little bit further to the south and east, but again, this is pretty strung out here. This doesn't look too good either. If you want a snowstorm here, but it doesn't mean it's not going to snow. It just means that it's going to be in and out of here. And pumps, are rising here, falling here. Lots of juxtaposition here in this flow. And here comes the cold wave for early next week that we talked about. But that, again, looks pretty strung out to me, too, as we get into Monday night and Tuesday. So that doesn't really have too much of an impact. Here comes another short wave in the polar flow breaking off from that polar branch there. Coming into the Ohio Valley, this looks neutral to slightly negatively tilted, but again, PVA is completely strung out. Positive vorticity advection is strung out. European model guidance for tomorrow morning, again, warm air advection, a little cold air over the top of it, so some freezing precipitation, then changing over to rain. Off a northeast wind from off the ocean, that gets out of here. Lake effect snow showers. Here comes the next system now for Thursday night and Friday. European model guidance wants to build that into a 996 millibar low, well off of the coastline. And there was going to be snow in here, but again, this is in question because this, again, it's going to go out real quick. But there'll be some snow around the area. Yeah, we talked about that. And here comes the event for Sunday. More warm air advection, more ice on the interior here in the morning hours and afternoon hours here on Sunday across Pennsylvania, New York State. And then everything just warms up to rain and then changes back over to snow showers and then it exits as the cold air comes rushing in. This is ocean snow here. This is downwind lake effect snow showers here for early next Tuesday. And again, I'm not seeing anything major happening in this pattern right now for a snowstorm here. No. Must have a chamber in my eardrums right now, my sinuses as well. Not sick, but, you know, got a chamber of, I don't know, something playing in my eardrums here. Kind of like a reverb, actually. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s right now. The wind chill, probably around the same thing. Yeah, there's not much wind out there right now. Weather is going to be occurring tomorrow morning. A little ice around the region on your morning commute. Rain showers at the lower elevation, so be careful driving out there tomorrow morning. And of course, snow. And we'll get into that again about Thursday night and Friday. We'll get about that early tomorrow morning.